One of the ways to make money is just to sit and listen. Be silent and listen. So when I'm around MMCs and ECs and Gauteng premiers and I'm sitting around CEOs and I'm just sitting around people, you know what I'm doing? I'm listening. I'm listening. Because when people speak, they speak about their problems. And entrepreneurs provide solutions. So I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. No, Antona Manlali Venterishang. Hey, Rishotaka 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen. Then you come up with solutions. 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 Skima mates. No man's Buddha Kiawona MC. I'm listening. Oh, man, I Shotaka MC. I face a event. Again. Because I'm listening. You miss opportunities because you're not silent and you're not listening. Just listen. Yeah. The second word in the word learn is earn. Earn. E-A-R-N. To earn is to make money. So if you use your ear to listen and learn, you shall earn. If you use your ear to listen and learn, you shall earn. Provide solutions, make money. Are we together? Keep learning. Yes, fine, go high in yoga to take you to university, but you got YouTube. Because once you stop learning, you stop growing. You keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Look at your person on your left and on your right. Say to them, learn. Keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Chomi, let's keep learning. Let's keep learning, because if we keep learning, then we'll continue earning. Learn, 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 learn. Are we together? All right. Hashtag audacious youth. Hashtag African bank experience. Skawa. Solo. Kobasha. You're at the right place at the right time. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Surprise gave us you. Right? Surprise, man. Yeah? And feel free. I understand that we are here, but feel free. If you want to get up and dance, dance. Yeah? If you want to get up and dance, dance. So Surprise is here. She's going to give us another sizzling performance. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Surprise Malanga! Foster us, come on! Love, 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 love! Over to you, Surprise.
Thank you so much. I'm back! Are you happy? Grand, I'm here for you. I told you that I have a huge repertoire. So we're going to have fun, dance, and sing together, right? This one song is my song. Titled Azange Ngambona. Like I told you before, you can get it in all digital platforms. It's available. It's a beautiful song, and I dedicate it to you. So you can help me say, Azange Ngambona. Simple, right? Azange Ngambona. Oh yes. Azange Ngambona. La 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 la. Azange Ngambona. La only one. Ooh, you're my only one. Ooh, you're my only one. Ooh, you're my only one. Let's go. Asang ngambon onothando njengawe. Onenhliziyo njengawe. Onesineke njengawe. Onginakekelayo njengawe. La 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 la. Ooh, la 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 la. Ooh, la 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 la. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Ah, goodness. People pay to go to concerts and to listen to musicians. We get it for free. Wow. Wow. All right. We're still together. We're still together. Next up, I'm going to introduce mina ngeke ngokujayivele mina. Angeke. Kaloku dlala music ngathi ngizojiva angeke ngijive. Ngisespanini mina. Yeah. Maybe kusasa iFriday kusasa. Ngizothi kancane yabo. All right, we've got an incredible lady who's just coming to do a couple of announcements. I know she doesn't like this, but man, oh man. They say teamwork makes the dream work. It's teamwork that makes the dream work. The next lady would do me, an incredible, young, powerful lady doing incredible work with the team at EmpowerWorks, just to come and do a couple of announcements and a bit of inspiration here and there. No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's put our hands together for the incredible and powerful Dumi Sile.
Sanbonan. Ngithi sanbonani. Ngiyaphileka Foslo. Guys, you look beautiful. Just look around you. The room is so full. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Guys, it's such an honor and a pleasure for African Bank to host you guys today. I think we're so grateful. I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to make sure that I'm securing a better bag and future for myself. And that is definitely reflected by you being here today. We appreciate you so much. And there could be so many ways that we can show you. And there definitely is going to be one later on because we've got a huge surprise act. So if uzohamba after lunch, you're going to miss out. Ngoba lo muntu ozayo ngale kwe program ushisa pe. And waphuma lapha egate awusangeni. Siyavala. So make sure that you're prepared for a jam-packed day of securing your future and your bag, but also it's going to be fun, it's going to be nice. It is a youth experience with African Bank, so make sure that you're ready for the next 2 days. So my role is very simple. I'm here to announce some winnings that can happen between today and tomorrow. Okay? So singakes nama smartphones. Singbo. And then how many of us are all on all the social media platforms? Nonke izandla ayiphakamanga. Ubani on Facebook like I? Hotsingbo. Instagram. Okay. LinkedIn. Now these people know. They know the plug. Ne? TikTok. Because that's where you know all the challenges, right? So, all I needed you to do is very simple. Ne? You need to make sure that you're keeping up with us today on social media. You like, you comment, you tag, you follow, right? And you make us trend, okay? So the handle is African Bank on all the platforms, right? On Instagram, there is an underscore, African Bank underscore. So it's African underscore bank, okay, on Instagram. But on all the other platforms, it's African Bank, right? The hashtags, I think Sibusiso has told us, it's hashtag audacious youth, right? And the other hashtag, African Bank Youth Experience. So make sure that you're engaging with us on social media. And at the end of the day, there's going to be a cash prize. Did you hear that? A cash prize. So yes, you're using your data, but we're going to give you your data back and even more, right? So make sure that you're there, you're present on social media, you're engaging with us, and at the end of the day, we'll be able to then announce you as a winner, and then you'll come on stage and be able to collect your cash prize. Okay. Let me also see how many of us here have African bank accounts. Bank accounts. African bank account. Okay. So that means sonke njengoba sigcolela singanayo account in the African bank. Outside, they're doing African bank accounts, especially for people that are in business. Please make sure that you do get a chance to go out there and be able to open a bank account for yourself. Ne? Even the winner that's going to win the money, we're not going to give you the actual money. You're going to actually get it deposited into the African bank account. All right. So if you are participating in this challenge or in this competition, go also open a bank account because that's how you're going to be able to receive your funds. Sisonke bahlali. Okay, cool. So I'm going to ask our MC to come back. That is it from me. I hope you guys have a fantastic day further, and we love you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's put our hands together for Utumi. She got the money. She got the money. Good. Right, so next up is a surprise. Nah, not you. Next up is a surprise. There's a young, powerful, dynamic woman from Vosloorus Comprehensive High School who's going to give us a poem. Lebitso la hae ke Lerato. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for this young, powerful lady, Lerato.
Greetings to you all. I go by the name of Lerato Masilela. I, Lerato Masilela, promise to take action to empower others and be empowered, to learn, love, and go through the process while finding you and finding me. The lady who's standing behind you is going to inspire you with a love poem. Love. Love is meant to be a beautiful thing. Love should not harm but restore. Love is a beautiful thing in this whole world. Love is like a river that delivers water to people. Love should or must not be selfish, but consider it, love should be the most desired thing on planet Earth. Love must be close to void of imperfections. Love never die by mistakes. Mistakes by people with jealous. Thank you for your time.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put our hands together for Lerato. Shoo. Love. Love. Lerato. You know, it's like as she was reading the poem, why is it that the people that were smiling are the ones that are like in relationships? Yeah, one of them singing, but love, yeah. Yeah, much love. Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to do what she did. Saseskolweni. Amehla abantu angaka. Yo. Amunya ngayo. Athi before I aqeda ukuthi love saka faintile nje. Well done, Lerato. The world is yours. The world is yours. The world is yours. So later on, then we learn about how do you then take such talent and take such ideas, and then you package them, and then you sell them, and then you make money. Because that's it. If people love it, then they must pay for it. Again, congratulations, Lerato. So, I want to see again by show of hands, those of you who said you have an idea or you have a business. Idea or business, ne? Let me see, idea or business. Okay? By show of hands, how many of you have got a business account? No spook la business, maar account. Business account? So, when I do business with you, I put the money in your personal account, not your business account. All right, where's a mic? Where's a mic? Where's the mic? So, please write this down before we introduce our next panel. Write it down or record it. It will help you. It will help you. I'm here to help you. We're here to help you. EmpowerWorks is here to help you. African Bank is here to help you. Go to Supplier. What I want you to write down or to record, actually I think record it because it's quite long, ne? Yeah, it's quite long. It's a quote. It's a quote. And this quote has helped me and it can help you. Right? The quote says, it is better to be prepared and not have the opportunity than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. It is better to be prepared and not have the opportunity than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Keep it up. One more time. It is better to be prepared and not have the opportunity than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. So what I want you to do, look at the person on your left, on your right, and say to them, be prepared. Stay ready. Two things. Say to them, be prepared. Stay ready. One more time, be prepared. Stay ready. As loud as you can, be prepared and stay ready. Be prepared and stay ready. Right? So when the opportunity comes, you are ready to take it. Here's what I've seen. My last point. Those of you who are running businesses, you've got ideas, like you're not ready. So I give you the mic now. It's too bad, just to learn. Now, get my mic. Now, my investor, now 1 minute, kulum. Sanibonani. Ninjani. Igama lami uSibusiso. You can find us on Facebook, social. How are we finding you if we don't even know what you do? But we are here to help you, Angit. So later on, and I see our panelists are here, we're going to share with you on how you can pitch and present your confidence. With more opportunity and you're on stage, right? But when you've got questions that you can answer, it will help you to pitch with confidence. So that, and lastly, I've said, if umchita and you're going to share, then you're going to pitch, then you're going to buy it. Because ukshare is just to sell a vision. Are we together? Guys don't agree with me, but hashtag. Come on, young people, let's go. Hashtag. Hashtag African Bank. You're at the right place at the right time. All right, let's move right along. We're having a panel discussion. What I was talking to you about, we're going to go deeper into it. Yeah, man, spook ya ultra, man. Nanchak like late. And the business hack into embo. Not in men shot of like the funds, nya, no one. Buy machine stuff, nya, na get like and say, ube nice, oba no ba right. Hey, my problem, yaka, man, sometimes I feel most stage like loki tatazela, nya, no one. Have you ever been in a position where what you see is clear, but when you tell it to someone, it's like, right? I'm not kidding you, but in your head it's clear, right? So every single entrepreneur, young person, you need to learn how to pitch and present with confidence. Because you get into a room, interview, tell us about yourself, what do you say? We're here to help you. I've got an incredible panel to share tips on how you can pitch with confidence and pitch effectively. The first gentleman is Mr. Bongani Ntombela. Mr. Bongani Ntombela has over 20 years experience in enterprise development, design thinking, user experience design, and innovation. And he's the program director at 22 on Sloan. Mr. Ntombela, it's great to have you in the building. Please let's put our hands together for Mr. Ntombela. Thank you, sir. All right. The next panelist that we have, is Madeleine Hendricks, a versatile and dynamic individual known for her multiple roles as a creative entrepreneur, recruiter, headhunter, contagious enthusiasm for life. She brings a fresh perspective and innovative ideas to everything that she does. Currently, she's the co-host of the popular television show SABC1, The Chair, where she engages. Yeah, I know. You can give her a round of applause. Let's show her some love. So she engages influential guests and delves into the world of HR. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Madeleine Hendricks. All right. So we're going to head into our panel discussion, yeah? If you have questions, please write them down. We'll see if we can take a few from the floor. And before we continue with our panel discussion, I've just been told the bathrooms, the gentleman on my left, and for the females on my right-hand side, just behind the screen. Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready for the panel discussion? Come on, first Taurus, I can hear you. Are you ready for the panel discussion? All right, let's do this. Let's just make sure, so Mike, please make sure it's on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so can we check with yours?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you.
Maar why haya itola moya? All right, we also have Kolisa from GEP, Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, to come and join us for this panel discussion on how to pitch effectively. Sis Koliswa, please come on stage. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining us for this panel discussion. I know I did a brief introduction on who you are and the work that you do, but just for a minute, if you can also just introduce yourself. What do you do? And just an introduction question. If you had R1 million right now, what would you do with it? Mr. Ndombela, over to you, sir. You're still thinking about the million?
I was thinking that the ladies will be leading us.
You can start, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Program Director, and good morning all the listeners and the audience on the ground. And thank you for inviting us on this one. As the Program Director has introduced me, I'm Bongani Ndombela. I'm the Director of Programs at 22 on Sloan. What I'm responsible for is my breakfast is entrepreneurship, my lunch is SMMEs, my dinner is entrepreneurship. So if I will have R1 million, I will invest in education for SMMEs. That's an area where the MC talks about ukshela, but you don't have ingomo, you don't know how to do it. So education will be my biggest investment. Thank you.
Such a lovely, lovely answer. Hi, guys. I'm Madeleine Hendricks. It's such a pleasure for me to be here. I'm a creative entrepreneur. I have a couple of small businesses, but essentially I'm a hustler, and I love it. Is there any other hustlers in the room here today? Yes. So I have really dedicated my time to develop my own skills. I spend every Sunday learning a new skill. So if I had R1 million, I would definitely give free internet to everybody, because there is so much knowledge and so much things that you can upskill yourself that is available on the internet today for free, if we can just give everybody access.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Madeline. One day is one day. That R1 million will come into the account. Sis Kolisa, your work, what you do, what you would do if you had the R1 million in your account.
Thank you.
1, 2. Hello?
Good morning. My name is Kolisa Ramoloja. I'm from GEP, Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. I'm a cooperative analyst there. I came here to represent GEP. So with me, if I assist cooperatives, but at GEP we do assist SMMEs and cooperatives, but I deal specifically with cooperatives. So we have different supports from GEP, like we assist with buying machinery for the SMMEs, and we also have a business development support where we assist you with developing your business plan and your marketing tools and the product testing, depending on what your company is doing. So I'm just giving you a briefing. So if I can have a 1 million rand, wow, that's a tough one. Because I like to study, I'm studying. So now I'm busy doing my MBA. So what I will do, I will invest on education in our township. Everyone who is working hard towards studying, I think I will invest on that and try to assist them to study further.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
1, 2. Gents, please can you put my mic up a bit? Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, thank you. Yeah. We have panelists, we have a lot of young people in the audience, ideas, some just graduated, SMMEs in business, and we strictly focused on pitching. You know, there's a quote that says, a great idea that is poorly presented sounds like a poor idea. So from your side, Mr. Ntombela, of having worked with so many SMMEs, and I'll pass it to our panel as well, what are the key elements and strategies that young entrepreneurs should focus on when crafting their message about their business and what they do?
Thank you. You said earlier a very important element in pitching: preparation. Above everything, you may know your story A to Z, but if you have not prepared yourself, even what you're going to pronounce, what you're going to say, the structure of your presentation, there is a first important element. Don't say, I know my story. Put your notes down on the key important elements that you want to present, which means part of your personality that you have to ask yourself, can I speak in front of the audience, or can I speak in front of a mirror? Can I speak to myself with confidence? Can I say it, although it is a learning curve, but you have to start practicing how to say something without having to repeat it 3 times because you think people are not hearing you. Learn to speak clearly what you want to achieve and why do you want it, and how big is the market that you want to focus on. So that is part of the first thing that you need to do, is prepare yourself and make sure that you know what you want to do. And also choose words, not those words that when you even pronounce them, you can even bite your own tongue. Choose the words that are clear, simple English words. If you can present something with your vernacular language, if the audience or the panel think it's proper, present it proper. Learn how to present it. Practice, 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 practice. That's for now preparation. Thank you.
Thank you. Madeline, from your side?
So there are so many things that I would like to say and share, but if I have to pick 2 things when it comes to pitching, I would say open, 3, close. When you're looking at a pitch, you need to have a strong opening. What is your tagline? How are you going to get that audience wrapped in? And it's going to start with something like, I'm ready to take Google out of business. Who's not going to listen to you with such a strong tagline? threes, the power of threes. I can go through the whole psychological element about why more than 3 things at a time, our brains actually can't comprehend more than 3 things. So in your pitch, what are your 3 problems that your solution is going to have? What are the 3 solutions that your product or service can bring to the table? What are the 3 reasons why they should choose you? What are 3 success stories that you can share? So if you stick to the power of 3 inside of your pitch, it will be easy for the audience to keep track of those 3 things. And then the closing, be authentic and don't be afraid to be vulnerable. In this day and age, and especially with social media being such a strong element in our success for a business, people want you to be authentic. They want to know your story. They want to know your hero story and why you are here and why you have this brand. So close it off strong. And my very last thing about pitching is know your audience. If you are pitching to an audience that is engineers, open the boot. Let them see what's underneath the hood. If your audience is marketing people, you want to focus on telling them what the results are. If it's finance, then you need to focus your pitch on what the numbers are. So when you are going to pitch, make sure you know who you are pitching to and adjust your pitch accordingly. 3 things to do every day. What is the 3 things I can do today that is going to get me closer to my goal, to my dream? And who are the 3 people that I'm going to pitch to today? Pick 3 people, and one of them can be yourself in the mirror, because that's where the preparation comes in.
Okay. With me, I can share 3 things also. When you pitch, use simple English. Know what the advert is about. Then go straight to the point. Don't go everywhere. Straight to the point, simple English, then draw attention. When you're pitching, people must be eager to listen. They must want to know what you are pitching about. Then I think that will make you win the pitch.
Thank you. We can give our panel a round of applause. Pitching is easier said than done. And there are fears that young people face when they have to pitch. A fear of rejection, a fear of forgetting, a fear of the audience, like, just looking at some people like you freeze, because you've prepared, and you're ready. But now there are these fears that young people are dealing with. What are some of practical solutions that you can share with our audience who are saying, I would love to pitch, but I have a fear of the people. I have a fear of forgetting. I have a fear of rejection. How do I deal and overcome this fear?
Thank you. I think one of the elements of preparation is that you start a conversation with a story that you are familiar with. Imagine walking on foot in a township and I have no security to tell any person where I am. Start with a story that is going to lead you to exactly the problem that you want to address. That story is your story. It is personal. It's not technical. You have not entered into the technical story. That opening statement, it's break waters for you. It's a breaking ice for you so that you can see who in the audience is nodding, who in the audience is watching you carefully, so that you can pick up the comfortability of you to start presentation, which means prepare a simple story that is going to last for 30 seconds, that is telling the audience about the situation where you come from or where the problems may lie. but that story is simple, it's straightforward. Most importantly, that story is what we call it attaches what you call empathy, which means you are drawing the emotional part of the viewer or of the listener to inspect him or herself so that he can also feel the presence of your story, of your presentation, so that then he can attach the story. That's where you are presenting your artwork. That's where you are presenting your performance. That's where you are presenting your story that is touching. That's the first element that can help you to break your ice. Thank you.
I agree with that. And to echo on that, for me, when I am finding myself in situations where I get fearful or scared, I own the fear. When I walk into a meeting room and my fear is the fear to forget, I will say and be authentic that I am actually sitting here, but I'm so scared that I'm going to forget what I need to say. You've owned the fear. You've taken it out of the room. If you're an introvert, and you don't have the public speaking skill, but you want to get your business across in a pitch, claim the fear in the room and say, not as extroverted as any other, somebody you might have heard a pitch from today, a little bit more introverted, but I'm here and I'm ready to give it a go. Take that fear into your own hands and you will see then how you will explore from there.
I think you need to prepare. Ask people who have walked the same path that you are starting to walk. Then, when you prepare, even if you are scared, find small audience, maybe your family, start with your family. Practice. I think practice makes perfect. So if you can do it in front of few family members, then it will give you confidence to do it in front of the whole hall. I think that's what for me. That will work for me.
Sure. So, there's entrepreneurs in the room. Earlier on, I was asking how many of them have got an idea. Hands went up. How many of them are running businesses? A lot of hands went up. You have entrepreneurs that come to you to pitch their businesses for funding, for support, for mentorship. What are some of the mistakes that they make which these young people should avoid?
Thank you. The greatest mistake is that we sell a smaller nyana vision that is not making someone to shift and change a position where she is sitting. Very small. Do not present something that is very small and no one is seeing a bigger vision. Present yourself as a visionary, not as, by the way, I'm trying. Don't talk about trying. Talk about you are presenting a vision that is going to change the landscape. The people that have led businesses today is because they had a vision that could change the landscape, which means prepare your vision carefully so that people can see how big you think. There is always sometimes the saying that says, go big or go home. We want young people that are thinking big, that are thinking Elon Musk, that are thinking Aliko, the Nigerian entrepreneur. Think big so that the audience could see that you are not just here to present a PT business. You are here to present something that is going to change the world because you have done your research, we have seen how big is the market, and you can put numbers in the market. You don't just say, no, everyone is going to buy the product, but you are specific to say, The people who are going to buy the product is a Bongani who is a teacher, who drives a car, who lives in a township, he's got family, his earnings are between this and this and that. At least there is a person that you know that can be replicated or can be duplicated to other people. So that, for me, the most important part is sell the bigger vision. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. There's a saying that says, you know, if your dreams are not scaring you, then they're not big enough. We need to dream big and wild. I think the one thing that I see is a lack of confidence. Confidence and self-belief. So confidence isn't what we portray on the outside. I think confidence about whether we can actually do it. And so many good ideas are being taken by other great entrepreneurs. And it usually starts with somebody in the audience like this today. Entrepreneurship is a very lonely journey. It's one that takes a lot of yourself to believe whether you can do this, but it's also a journey where there's a lot of criticism and there's a lot of people that tells you that you're crazy and this is never going to work. How many of you have heard that from your friends and your families, and stop dreaming and get a job, and all of those elements that comes with entrepreneurship really does take an effect on your self-belief. But if you don't believe in yourself, and if your why isn't the driving force behind everything that you do, this journey is going to take you much longer than it possibly could. Because the one thing about an idea and that little fire that's burning inside of you, it's never, ever going to go away. It will never go away. And Dr. Wayne Dyer says, do not die with your music still in you. So for you guys, I want to today say, believe in yourselves and go out there and do whatever it takes to try.
Thank you so much.
I have to agree with my colleagues here. Believe, trust, confidence. Those three things, I think they will assist you.
Believe, trust,
Confidence.
and confidence. Are we learning? Are we taking some notes? Very, very important. Thank you so much to our panel. So we spoke about the mistakes that entrepreneurs make when coming to pitch. I've taken 3. Oh, I love that, the power of 3. When I say, hello, 3, hey, hi. What are 3 things that they should include in their pitch which will give them an edge from the other people who are pitching? 3 elements.
Yes, thank you. One of the first element in your pitch is the clear definition of a problem. And that problem must be real and it had an impact. As a result, you are able to identify it as a problem that is affecting not just you individually or people close to you, but it is affecting a bigger community, which means define clearly what is the problem. Once you've done that, the second part, jumping into what is your value-add solution to the problem. You are not just solving a problem, but it's a value-add, which means what I wouldn't have done before you came with your product is now I will now be able to do it, and I will be even able to do it better. So come up with a value proposition, or they call it unique selling proposition, that provides value add, not just I'm going to solve their problems, but provide something that has got a value add into that. The last part in that, you are speaking to investors. Please add some numbers then, because investors, they would like to know how big is the market. what is their return on investment. Prepare to tell them the numbers so that they can get excited that when they give you their money, they will be able to receive their investment on return. So please speak about that, which means that's your clear problem definition, value add proposition, and spice with good numbers that are achievable. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You know, the second point that you mentioned around the value add to the solution is such a key point, because I've seen this with young people who are pitching, that not many of them are able to separate themselves from the other entrepreneurs. So, I swear, you're not the only person in the business that you're in, right? You have competitors, right? And so it's important for you to then say what sets you apart from the person that's right next to you or the other competitor. And you can do that as well through numbers. You know, if you are, I don't know, running some events company, and then you can say that this year we've done 25, 35 events, top events. That's a number that sets you apart from the other person, right? So a very, very important point that you made there. So thank you. Sendrix?
Yes, that was a very, very well laid out 3 points. If I had to add anything, I would say humanize it. Don't be scared to talk about what your investment has been in this business, whether that has been time, money, dedication, research. What has your investment been in the business? So bring in how you've humanized it. And if you have a team, talk about your team. I once had a young gentleman do a pitch for me, and his mother was in his presentation as his team. She was the one that was there doing the packaging, and he had her on the slide packing the things. Find who your team is and humanize it. Doesn't mean it has to be a PA and a salesperson. Who is your crew? Who are the 5 people that you are surrounding yourself with in this dream? Because those 5 people are the ones that are your team. Add them in your presentation. And then lastly is how you present. Make sure that you invest in a good presentation. Make sure that you spend the time, whether you're using PowerPoint or Canva. Everything is available for you to do for free. So it just takes a little bit of research, but make sure that that presentation is flawless. Send it to different people to have a look at your grammar, have a look at spelling errors. Make sure that that presentation is faultless, and then that will also pull you over the line.
Thank you. Sis Kolisa?
Okay, to add all of the above, and you must identify, define, look at the pros and the cons, then solve it. Then when you present and you give them everything, it will be difficult for them to understand. Give them everything so that even if they ask a question, you have an answer for every question, because you have defined it, you have identified it, and defined it and solved it. Thank you.
Just some parting words, advice, suggestion to the young people, especially when it comes to pitching, and pitching with confidence, pitching with persuasion. I see some of them when they come through, there's a bit of fear, like they don't look at you in the eye. Some are shaking, some are. What is some of practical advice that you can give for them to take away so that when they leave here, it's something that they can implement in their business, real time?
Thank you. Some of the philosophers, they ask the question, do you know who you are? That confidence comes also from knowing who you are, knowing your weaknesses, knowing your strengths, knowing the areas that you can improve, which means you are not a replica of Ubongani. You are Tandega as you are, or you are Sbusiso as you are. Bongani may be a very good, eloquent person to present and speak eloquently. but you may not be like that. But don't use that as a disadvantage. Focus on yourself and watch your style of presentation, of presenting, and then work to improve on that style of presentation or presenting so that you can understand who am I when I'm presenting? What do I use to present? Do I use hands? Do I use only the microphone and I don't express things? So know your style of presentation, but avoid a boring style where people can just sleep even when you present. Know exactly how you express things, get people to assess you and critique you so that you can present in your own unique way of doing a presentation so that you can remain who you are as Bongani, as Tandega, as Bosiso. And that is my advice on preparation for pitching. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. No, that's a very, very good point that you've made, because at times you are put on the spot to pitch, but you know pitching is not your thing. Like it's not your element. And I guess that's why it's important to surround yourself with people whose strengths are your weaknesses. You know that behind the scene, I want to you've got the confidence, and then let your friend present, because it's teamwork that makes the dream work. I love that. Know who you are. Madeline?
Yes, I really like that. For me, a practical advice that I can give you is to breathe. I think what happens is you're ready to go on now, or you've got the meeting is coming and it's now time to go, and then your heart is racing so fast and your palms are getting all sweaty and you're losing concentration. The easiest way to get back into focus is to breathe. Take 3 deep breaths in and out and just remember to breathe. What I do is called the Superman pose. It is actually scientifically proven that if you stand like this for at least 10 seconds, it gives you the confidence and relaxes your body. So remember this. I think let's do it quickly. Can we do the Superman pose? Let's all stand up and do the Superman pose.
Sure. Because now
nice,
they say
strong.
that you must remove the hand and do the Superman, Superwoman pose.
Superman, Superwoman. So legs apart.
So let's listen, attention here. We start with the legs.
There we go. And our arms right here. And our chests nice, wide and open. And then we breathe.
Madeline, oh, you're too fast. Let's start with the legs. How far apart must the legs be?
So right underneath your shoulders.
Okay.
Legs under the shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, manje maona keys saying king. Yes.
All right. Then we have our hands.
The hands.
Right on the hips. Little fists because we're strong.
Hands on the hips.
Bring our chest out. Open up our shoulders. Okay. And now we breathe. Let's all breathe together. Nice in. And out. And in. And out. And one last time. In. And out. Who's already feeling a lot more relaxed?
Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. Cisco Lisa?
You just need to be calm.
Please, can we have attention?
You just need to be calm.
Be calm.
Yes, just be calm. Panicking will not solve anything. Be calm.
Be calm.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our panel. Unfortunately, I think there was a lot that people were taking away and they were learning. Nah? Parting words, just from my side when it comes to pitching, and I think this will help a lot of you entrepreneurs in the building. And it's been shared as well today. Ladies and gentlemen, remove titles and speak to the individual. Wahona hu picha uwale machita umnati wa flow ya umnati, you are killing it. But now they are saying you want to go and speak to some CEO. You're like, oh, CEO, remove the titles. Just have a conversation with the individual. Mr. Ntombela, you shared very powerful words around preparation. around knowing who you are, defining the problem. Ms. Hendricks, thank you so much for what you shared. You taught us something new. And I can see the audience, because later on they'll have a conversation to come on stage and pitch. So we'll see if they'll do the...
I'm going to be looking out for some
You're gonna be looking
superpower
out.
poses.
Cisco Lisa, thank you so much. Just encouraging the audience as well to just be calm. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for our incredible panel, for sharing practical tools and strategies on how to pitch and pitch with confidence. Did we learn? Can I see show of hands? How many of you learned something? Something new that you're going to take away and implement in your business? Fantastic. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our panel. All right, we're still together. We're still together. All right, let me just gather something very quickly. All right. Let's move right along. Hey, it's nice to be here. Nah? Woo! Who was that? My sister, I love your energy. Yeah, I'm going to get you a free copy of my book as well. Please give a round of applause. Woo! Oh, the energy. Please see me. It's nice to be here. African Bank and Powerworks, you see. No other place to be. Hashtag audacious youth. Hashtag African Bank Youth Experience. All right. The Honorable Gauteng Premier is here. I'm going to ask Elizabeth Ramashala, Senior Manager for Transformation and Sustainability from the bank, the African Bank, to come and do the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, she hasn't been here. She's been on the other side, and she's wondering what's happening in here. Let's show some love. Let's put our hands together for Elizabeth Ramashala. First chorus. Let's show some love. That's what I'm talking about. Over to you.
I've been following the conversation from the other side. So I'm in the room, it's electrifying, I must say. First Laura is right. I agree with the speaker that said, Gumnandi la. Guzoba mnandi kakhulu. So African Bank, they've sent me the young one, because we are addressing the youth. Come and present to you our one and only, our favorite Premier Panyaza Lisufi. Gumnandi bala. Over to you, sir.
Oi, oi, First Loras, oi, oi. Oi, oi, First Loras, oi, oi. Oi, oi, African Bank, oi, oi. Oi, oi, African Bank, oi, oi. Gumnandi ukubala. Hey, Tara, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Program Director, the entire leadership of African Bank, represented here by Elizabeth, the leadership of EmpowerX, represented here by Uputsipiwe, all the honored guests and speakers that have been given opportunity to be here. Thanks. Thank you so much, my brother. everyone that is here. I want to start by thanking African Bank for sharing a vision that we've been hard at work to sell to the private sector. That Gauteng was founded, developed, created on the basis of mines. And the mines are gone. And the new mines of Gauteng is the townships. That if you can't invest in the townships, if you can't believe in young people in the townships, there will be no future for Gauteng. And that gone are the days where our young people in the townships, they must turn around the sun because they have nothing to do. That time has arrived that all of us as government, as business, as community formations, we must go back where we come from and change the lives of our people in the townships. And for you as African Bank to share this dream with us, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can't be a bank that is a custodian of the name African and not do African things. You can't be like them who are quick to give us money to buy a verpa, but they are not quick to give us money to establish businesses. You can't be like them who are quick to give us money for loans, for personal loans, but they are not ready to give us money to build our future. You can't be like them who are not ready to invest in the education of our young people in our communities, and they're not ready even to change the looks and lives of our people in the township. So African Bank, you have no idea how proud I am to be associated with your brand and your event this evening. Thank you so much. To young people from Vosloorus and surrounding areas, what is important for all of us is that when we bring this kind of opportunities to you, please take them with both arms and exploit them to the fullest. When we bring opportunities like this to you, please ensure that you make them to want to come back again. Ensure that you give them the support, and that's the reason why we even have the representative of the municipality, MMC Nomadlus, Nyabonga Siswami, because we have to soldier on in providing support to these young people. I see young people that are going to change the future of this country. These are young people that are going to end load shedding if we fail to end load shedding. These are young people that are going to compete with the world because we have failed to compete with the world. The Councillor Nomadlos, everything that we have in this province, we get it from other countries, not from our country. From a teaspoon, scarf tin, television, fridge, everything. If we can empower these young people to change that narrative, our country will not be a country, will be a receiver of products rather than a creator of products. So the process that we are doing today, it's a process that gives us an opportunity to change the lives of our young people. And the government that I have the honor to lead has identified 3 crucial areas where we want to support you. The first one, we will never attract investment in the townships. We'll never attract investment in the townships. We'll never attract people to come and establish factories in the townships. We'll never get those that have big money to come into the townships if we can't finish crime in the townships. So our investment, African Bank, into fighting crime specifically in the townships. And I'm honored that almost 8 months after I've been given the honor to lead this province. We've moved the budget of fighting crime in the townships from 800 million to 2.7 billion so that we ensure that our townships are safe. Because that's the only way. But to do that, gone are the days where you think that you'll fight a criminal and chase a criminal behind with a knobkiri. We have to be creative, we have to use technology, and we have to ensure that we use the necessary innovations that are available to fight crime in our province. So, people of Vosloorus, you are going to hate me, but I want to be honest with you, Ningang Zonda, but we are dedicated to do this. In Vosloorus alone, we are going to plant almost 7,000 CCTV cameras in the entire Vosloorus. These are high caliber CCTV cameras. They are face recognition linked to the Home Affairs system. Even those that are not registered, have come to our country legally, we will store their faces, and when we see them, we'll arrest them for the wrong things that they're doing. So these are high caliber CCTVs that were planned all the entrances of Vosloorus, Lagumnandi Kone, Mataven, stadiums, parks, all our schools, all our clinics. We will put this camera so that we can't say we don't know what has happened if somebody has killed somebody in our province. This is our investment to ensure that we attract investment to our townships. But ladies, I'm pleading with you. I'm pleading with you, ladies. These cameras are meant to fight crime. One, two. Sorry. Hey, spootla little shading. I was saying, ladies, these cameras are meant to fight crime. Not for you to ask me where's the boyfriend when he didn't sleep at home. We just want to fight crime. But we are taking it further than that. Each and every citizen, and all of you nowadays you have smartphones. So each and every citizen that is from Gauteng, it must be specific, Sis Lisbeth. From Gauteng, if you go to your smart app, app store or Android, whatever, you just type Gauteng e-panic button. Even now you can do that. You Gauteng e-panic button, you will have an e-panic button in your phone. Every time you feel threatened, you just press that panic button. Amapanya panya na mapoisa will all come and rescue. So we are determined to fight crime. I can go on and on. We are putting e-panic buttons. We are bringing almost 880 drones. For the first time, all our townships will now have 2 dedicated helicopters that will respond immediately when there is a crisis in the township. So I'm sending this strong message to criminals. Go somewhere, not in Gauteng. We will want to live in peace and fight peace. The second area, good people. The second area that this government is willing to assist to is to create jobs. Lots and lots of jobs. I know abantu abadala bayakhala ukuthi uPanyaza wenzela umsebenzi for youth. If we can't start with young people, we will never reach elders. Because young people are fresh from colleges, universities, they must get jobs first and others will come later. Ngiyaxolisa abantu abadala. But see Gauteng, good people. And I know that many people who are criticizing us, I don't care. You can criticize me the way you like, but if I create jobs for young people, no one will stop me to do that. That is why we say, nasi span, but bengozi. Nasi span. So, every month, young people, every month, I'm telling you, I know you are impatient, but we'll get there. Because when you start something, you must start somewhere. You can't just be all over. So the government that I have the honor to lead will create 6,000 new jobs every month until July. In Babonile, we started with Amapois, green beans. We've got 6,000 of them. We hired 6,000 in the month of May for those that are cleaning our townships. They are coming, they're cleaning our township. We've got 6,000 of them. There are young people that are working in all our schools as assistant teachers. We hired 40,000 of them. There are 6,000 that are coming now that are being trained to install solar panels in all houses that don't have electricity. There are 12,000 that we are hiring next month. This one, 12,000 young people that we are hiring that will install free Wi-Fi in all our townships in Gauteng. 12,000. The future battle is no longer about water and electricity. The future battle is about data. Everyone must have data. And government must provide free data. Elizabeth, nowadays, the first thing they ask the password, your wife. So we are rolling out, we've given a contract to MTN. We are 2.7 billion rand. We've given contract to MTN 2.7 billion rand. Within that contract, we said they must hire 12,000 young people to go each and every house and install free Wi-Fi so that our people in our communities can get this thing. And I want to thank Uber as well. Uber came on board. We've got 7,000 young people that we have bought scooters for them. They are now delivering food in the township. Averagely, they're making 8,000 rand. But the key thing, young people, it's skills. We can be unemployed, but if we don't have the skills of today, we'll stay forever unemployed. So we are attracting 3 big companies to Gauteng, and I want to thank them. The first one, I know Nizongklega, but I don't mind because this load shedding is not going to be there forever. By 2030, we need to convert the cars that we are driving into electric vehicles. By 2030. So there is a company that is going to install, the petrol stations that you are seeing now won't be there beyond 2030. Yes. So the new carriers now, It's young people who will build the new power charging stations. It's young people that will fix electric vehicles. And it's young people that will build driverless cars. So there is a huge company that is investing in Gauteng, and we believe that investment alone is going to create 70,000 jobs in Gauteng. So we need to skill you. We need to skill you so that you can deal with that aspect. We have heard, and I'm proud of that, Gauteng government together with Limpopo government, we are building a first in our country, a speed train that will take you 67 minutes to go from Pretoria to Polokwane. We are building that speed train, and we have a company that is building that train here in Gauteng. So we need people who will drive this train. Only driving at BMW. No. We need this. So what I'm trying to say, young people, African Bank together with us, we are creating new skills for the new economy for the future of Gauteng. And we want you to be part of this. The last one, I must apologize. That's an area that we are working very hard. It's not our mandate. We are working very hard with municipalities. But young people and people of Gauteng, I personally want to apologize. This thing of load shedding is nonsense and must come to an end. Must come to an end. So we're working extremely hard. You might not believe it because we are part of this government. We're working extremely hard for Gauteng to at least get out of load shedding. We want to build 4 new power stations in Gauteng. We are building 4 new solar farms across the entire form of Gauteng. We are asking our municipalities to move with speed to ensure that they've got reliable energy. So I know when you wash with that cold water, I know when you want to watch swallows beating pirates, you can't watch TV. We know all those things. So we are quite aware, and I'm glad that as part of sustainable development, African Bank is also looking at skilling people and supporting us in creating new energy in our province. So I really apologize. It causes pain, it causes confusion, frustration. It really causes serious problems, especially in areas, even when there's no load shedding, you don't even have electricity. So we want to work out. Those are the 3 areas that we want to prioritize. But for today, is to thank all young people that are here. These opportunities don't come easy. Ensure that you exploit them and ensure that you get the necessary support. We are very big in skills development. All our children now that are in high school, all our high school in the townships, as long as we are going to come number 1, number 2, number 3, in each and every school, we give you a bursary for 4 years at the university of your choice so that you don't have to be at home to stay there. So we are committed to this. I want once more, thank you, African Bank. Thank you for sharing our vision. The new mind is in the township. The new economy is in the township. And people in our township deserve better. They deserve support. They deserve opportunities so that we can grow together. And when we grow together, we grow the economy together and we create jobs and opportunities for our young people. Young people, good luck and best wishes. Oi, oi!
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, please, let's put our hands together for the Gauteng Premier, the Honorable Panyaza Lesufi. So, Udutsi Mole. The Gauteng Premier has spoken, all these opportunities and jobs that they're creating for young people. And we encourage you, as African Bank, Power Youth, to get involved. Yeah, I hear all of these things are happening, but mina manje ngena kanjani la? Iyo le question okumele uzibuze ukuthi okay ngiyakuzwa ukuthi Spanish ko, but mina ngena kanjani lapha? And that's why we've created this platform so we can come together and share this information and encourage you to take use of these opportunities that have been provided to you. Are we together? Fantastic. Hashtag. Hashtag. Hashtag audacious youth. Hashtag African Bank Youth Experience. This is the place to be. You're at the right place at the right time. I now have the privilege of introducing the CEO, not the Chief Executive Officer, but the catalyst empowering others, of the GEP, the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, Mr. Saki Zamkaka. Please can we put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Saki. Phosphorus, Phosphorus, Phosphorus energy. Yeah. Thank you so much. Love it, sir. Welcome and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Program Director, and good afternoon to everyone, Eta. Premier, good afternoon. They prioritized you because of your time, so I'm not supposed to be speaking after you. so thank you. No, mine is going to be short because you've already had a conversation about how you pitch for funding. The one thing that's I think I want to speak a little bit on, and the program organizers asked me to talk about opportunities for GEP, for youth particularly. We launched about a month ago a fund for young people. It's a youth fund. We partnered with the NYDA. On this fund, you can apply up to R1 million per transaction. So if you have a business and you want to apply, we limit it to R1 million because we have limited funds on it. But the beautiful thing about it is that 50% of it is a loan and 50% of it is a grant. So if you, let's say, applying for 800,000 rands, 400,000 will be a grant that you don't have to pay back, and 400,000 of it will be a loan. But the most important thing, though, which I may have missed part of the conversation about how you pitch for businesses. I often get asked this question, what do you fund as GEP? We fund anything. We fund any type of business. There are no sectors that we don't fund. But the fact that you've submitted something doesn't guarantee you that it's going to be approved. And we always get this kind of dynamic. And there are two things that are important as you put your business plan. So you'll come to us to ask for two things. Either you ask for money if your business is ready to get a loan, or we can help you do a business plan. What the business plan, in essence, helps you with is to tell us where is the revenue for your business going to be coming from, and do you understand the costs associated with your business? Because if you come to us with a value proposition that is not sustainable, it means you're not going to be able to repay the loan. So it's always important that whatever it is that you do, you can demonstrate to us your ability to repay. So we have that specific fund, which we've done, that looks into this. The other opportunity, again, the Premier is talking about a lot of opportunities, let's say Wi-Fi. If there's Wi-Fi in the townships or the cameras that are being put up, some of you may be contractors that are going to be digging up for the Wi-Fi, or you're putting up the cameras and you need working capital. We do what we call contract and purchase order finance. So we can give you bridging and working capital. So that's again one of the opportunities that we can work on. we have partnerships that we also looking at with institutions like African Bank, because again, for us, we don't compete with banks. If you can get money from the banks, go ahead and apply from the banks. The people we're really looking at are people who would otherwise not be financed by banks, because banks are a little bit more conservative than we are. So we almost like a lender of last resort. So really for me, if there's anything I think for you to look at for young people, particularly here, it's a good opportunity. The youth fund we have with NYTA, it's a small one, it's 20 million a year, so it's not like we can fund every business. But those of you who have businesses, it really is a bit of a game changer, because when you have money that you don't have to repay, it reduces your cost of capital. So that those for me would be the two things I think are major opportunities for us. The applications are online. Those of you who want to apply, you apply online. And you can apply even to others. The Small Enterprise Finance Agency, there's the Industrial Development Corporation, the National Empowerment Fund. So there's a couple of government-owned entities which you can apply for, other than banks. Again, as I'm saying, we're not competing with banks. Banks have their own market. You can, those of you who qualify to apply to them, go ahead and do it. But from us, we can apply. And some of you who may have applied before, who have colleagues from the GEP that are here, so they can help you to follow up on your applications. So I'll leave it there, Program Director. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I wish the entrepreneurs who are here, that are young people, all the best and good luck, and apply for the funding. But as I said, if you have any queries, there are colleagues that are here that can help. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saki Zamtlaka, CEO of the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. Please write down this website. Please write down this website to find out more about what was shared just now. www.gep.co.za. www.gep.co.za. That's where you'll get more information about the various grants, loans, etc. Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. Thank you very much. All right. Maureen Fuking, are you here? You are here. You here, yeah? Maureen, you here as well? Who said I'm here? Another Maureen. Maureen, kando lalo mo Maureen may kayo? Two. All right. So, once again, I ask the question, how many of you like money? All of us, ne? How many of us? So there's a like. There's I like money and there's I love money. Or I like, but then there's I love money. How many of us like money? How many of us love money? Okay, the hands have increased. How many of us think that money loves us? I don't have to ask. You want a fella account? Oh, ayaklangani man. It's not the same WhatsApp group, eh? So, our next speaker is going to give a masterclass on financial literacy. How to fall in love with your money. Because we know that money is, I was about to say money is everything, but I mean, is money everything? Chelete? So, The next speaker will speak to us on financial literacy. Before she comes up, I read a quote that said, listen, the quote said, money is like a jealous lover. Ignore it and it will ignore you. Worse, it will leave you for someone who makes it a priority. Did you get it? Money is like a jealous lover. Ignore it, it will ignore you. Worse, it's going to leave you for someone who makes it a priority. So how do you make money fall in love with you? Let's find out. From our speaker, Maureen Mufokeng, social worker, training and development honors, a master's in business administration. Her work experience includes social, school work, organizational development, training and development, and also mining and services, just to share with us on how to better manage our finances. This is a masterclass on financial literacy. Zaga literacy. Nyogo literacy. Whatever you want to call it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's sit back, relax, and learn on finances. Let's put our hands together for Maureen. Maureen, are you, where's Maureen? Did Maureen leave? Maureen. He's coming. Hey? There's no Maureen. I'm Billy. All right, so one Maureen. Oh, DJ, oh. I mean, I want to share, man. I want to share. We're going to dance. Any dancers in the house? Any dancers in the house? Hello? Dancers in the house? All right, so one Maureen is coming up. For how much? Who asked for how much? Ayamona lo chaiva serious ne. Ilaba chaiva serious like yabona ukuthi yabona lo serious like it's serious, eh? Yabuza ukuthi how much? Mfethu yo kya chaiva da bangikhafa bukayi. Ke business, yeah. Ke spanning again. So you must ask how much? How much? How much? How much? How much to dance? How much? Numbers, how much? 2 rand. Huh? 500? How much? 500? How much? Yeah? 50 rand. Itawa. Manje, masuk ni itawa nga sijayivisi. Sithatha back. All right, Maureen is getting ready. Let me share an advice, something that can help you. Then we'll play some music while Maureen gets ready. So, one of the things that I used to do, I used to attend events like this. Sit in the audience. I wasn't on stage, but I had a dream, being to one day be on stage. And now I'm living that dream, right? And so you too can live that dream. And what I used to do is the speakers would come on stage, Bakulume, financial literacy, how do you start your business? We have X amount of money. This is how you can apply bursaries, opportunities that are there for you. So let me share with you a quick story. I'm in an organization, and while I'm in this organization, there's this lady who works for Vodacom. So I tell her, Stephanie, this is what I do. I'm a motivational speaker. I would just love an opportunity to go and share with people what I do. Right? Simple. Stephanie says, okay, Sbu, I hear you. I see what you do. There's an organization that I want to connect you with. The organization is called Cliptown Youth Program. Stay with me. I get in touch with Cliptown Youth Program and I introduce myself. This is what I do. I'm a motivational speaker. I would love to talk to your young people for exposure. And they say to me, no, man. But Sbu, the issue is we don't have money. Yeah? We don't have money to pay you for what you want to do. I said to them, it's fine. You don't have to pay me. Just give me the platform. Because once I get on the platform, I'll create so much value and be in demand. Right now, I'm in demand. So now I make demands. Because you can't make demands if you're not in demand. And at times, all you are looking for is just an opportunity. And they tell you that we don't have money or we can't pay you. It's fine. I'll come and do it. But when you get that opportunity, boy, make sure they never forget you. So what I'm trying to say is that a lot of you are looking for opportunities. Go and serve. Be of service. They're not going to pay us. No, it's fine. Volunteer. But while we're there, we are listening. We are watching. Oh, Bongani, Dombela, program director, 22 on Sloans. Okay, this is a potential person. How do I get in touch with them? LinkedIn. So once I'm done here, I go on to LinkedIn. Good morning, Mr. Dombela. Young people, you miss opportunities because sometimes you speak to people that you don't know as if you know them. How can you just send someone that you don't know and go, how's it, bro? Sure, I am. Let's be professional. Good day, Mr. Ntombela. This is, I had the privilege of meeting you. You do incredible work. I see that you've got an event coming up. I'd love to come and volunteer. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Done. Follow up. Be on the platforms that they are on. Our panel, they're on LinkedIn. Follow them on LinkedIn. See the work that they do. Yeah? Follow up. Ask for the opportunity. See where they are. And when you get the opportunity, like us. We need you for an event somewhere, somehow, and as na MC, as na motivational speaker, but this agas na yun nga waring yazogal, mangena lap. Like us. You make sure you provide value. Because when you provide value and you serve with a smile, people want to work with you. No, there was a lady who came to volunteer at the African Bank. Yeah, bring her. Now, you've provided value. You are in demand because they want you. You start making demands. It's not just in all of us. It's not just in me. It's in every single one of you. Hatola opportunity. 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 When you get an opportunity, don't play with the opportunity. Be so good that they never forget you and what you do. Because when you're in demand, then you make demands. Are we together? Sure. We ready? We ready? Okay, we ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the masterclass on financial literacy. Please let's put our hands together for Maureen Mufokeng. Come foster us. Let's show some energy, show some love for our speaker. Over to you, ma'am.
Morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maureen Mufukeng. I come from Pretoria. I'm CEO of Skyfold Mining Services. I'll just briefly say who I am, where I'm coming from. Training and development is a passion, something that I've done for the past 23 years. I guess some of you were not born as yet. Yes, so that is something that I've been doing. I'm a social worker by profession, but I never worked as a social worker. I worked for a week and decided to abandon it for certain reasons, but I'm still using the skills in training and development that I learned from social work. And I've got an honors training development from University of Johannesburg. It was Rand Afrikaanse Universiteit van then when I did the honors. And I've got MBA with Millpark Business School. I did some few international courses overseas with the Business School of London, with Wits University, with University of New York, just to name a few. So that is who I am. How many of you love numbers? How many of you get irritated when we talk about finances? Do you love finances? Amen, I love that. What is it that you love about finances? Is it having money, using the money? I heard the Premier saying saying that there are a lot of projects that are coming in, unfortunately for the youth, not for the elders. And I was asking myself, sitting there, to say, I wonder how many of you are not going to buy vrapa, whatever you call it, when you get the money? Do you know how you're supposed to be using the money? How many of you used to budget when you were given pocket money when you were at university, at high school? Or how many of you are teaching your babies how to budget? I know some of you have got kids and you received the grant. How are you making use of that? Do you understand anything about the budget? When you receive the grant, what do you do about it? The first thing that you do about the grant, the 500 grant for the baby, what do we do with it? Because that forms the basis of your budget. That is the starting point of your business. Being a business person, it starts from grade 0. That's a business person. And I thought the Premier would mention that South African schools are raising entrepreneurs, not job seekers, but he spoke about jobs rather than entrepreneuring. Looking for a job, you're supposed to be inviting people to come and work for you. So the first thing that we do with budgeting, so we prepared a presentation. I think they're still battling to load it up. Okay. So someone who has got money, in most cases, I know that you become confident. But confident to come and say you blew it. You come on the I blew it program. But nonetheless, can you go to the next slide? And one thing for sure is that you can't be what you want. You can be what you need. And that is a fundamental issue in terms of the finances. Because if you're going to buy what you want, then you're going to end up with zero balance in your bank. So we need to be smart. when you deal with money. We're talking about the 500 that you have got, that your mom gives you, or the one that you have, whatever, those who are running business, the basic amount that you get after you invoice to say, this is how much I'm going to get. And you need to be specific to say, what is it exactly that I need to do? I need to do with the money, not that I want to do with the money. And whatever you do, it should be measurable. You should be accountable anyway. And it should be achievable. Don't go overdraft. And realistic and timely. Don't pay 2 days after. When they say pay on the 15th, you pay on the 17th. There are repercussions of paying then after the 2 days, but we'll come back to that one. So your financial building blocks is your personal financial management. That's where we start. Before you can even go to the business. As a person, you need a daily budget and you need to have a diary. How many of you have got a budget diary? Or on your phone, you've got your daily budget. I only saw one hand. Wow, it's good as a girl. I salute you. Okay, sorry, can go. So using your personal budget planner, because you need to plan going hand in hand with the budget. You set up your monthly budget. This is how much I get. And then you keep the diary. Every cent that you spend, you record. It doesn't matter whether you buy cool drink, always ask for a slip. Many times I see in these puzzle shops, they say, no, do you need a slip? Say, no, you need that. Have an envelope where you put in all those transaction slips so that you can be able to go back and check if you are still on track in terms of the budget. And then every month end, obtain a bank statement and you compare what you think you have spent with what is in the statement. Because sometimes you find that there are some withdrawals that you don't understand. 10 rand of withdrawal is a lot of money. Multiply that in 5 years' time. That's a lot of money. Take 30 minutes of your time, at least on a monthly basis, to look back at what happened to the money that you had. Month 2 and beyond, sorry, that one we don't have the workbook, sorry. What is a credit record? I guess some of you do understand, those who did financial management or accounting, what credit record means. You want to go and open an account, go at Ekasi, Truworths, or whatever. Or even at the bank, they check your credit record. And it's very important to have a good credit record and to manage it. Because these days you find that there's one store that I realize these days they're sending SMSs to say, so much has been approved on your account, then you can come and spend this, and then you've got a cash reward of this amount. I received the SMS as well at my age, and I was like, that is good. Unfortunately, thank you. I don't need that. So those can entice you. First question that you ask, do you need that? Do you need that account? Do you need that credit card that some banks would offer you? And I guess African Bank won't offer you a credit card when they're actually teaching you how to manage your money. I know they won't do that. I give you the guarantee, okay? So the classification of your credit record. Sometimes you apply for something. The reason why they say no is because your credit record is very poor. That's why it's red. And it can be poor, it's a high risk. Fair, either they can take a risk and hope that you will pay back, but you might not pay back. The good and excellent, that's when they will give you 20,000 rand credit. And then they know that, and they are guaranteed that you will be paying back if maybe you still have a job. But that goes back with the business as well. If your business credit rating it's poor, your business will never be able to raise funds for the business. Like me being in the mining industry mostly, the machines are quite expensive. So if I go and ask for a 50 million rand credit, if our credit record is fair, that's a big no. You're not going to get that. And what do? You end up renting, paying someone else's account. It's just like renting a house because you're paying someone else's bond. The next slide. That. Yeah, the next. Yeah, we've done that. So how do you deal with that? Some of you, it was by accident that you end up being a bad dad, what they call it. Ask yourself, sit down and look back to say, how did I get here? If it's a good credit record, how did I get here anyway? But there is no good debt. I don't agree with that. The cost of credit, you remember, know that every cent that you borrow from someone, there is interest. Even if they can give that with a smile, at the end of the day, you are going to pay a lot of money for that. And make sense of the debt. Is it a need to do this? Is it necessary, or I'm just doing it for the fun of it because I need to take my girlfriend out and then show off that credit card, that platinum credit card or whatever. Okay. So remember, when you take an account or you want to take credit, there is an installment that you need to pay on a monthly basis. And that is where the credit record comes in. You default on that credit, on the installment, it affects your credit rating. If you're supposed to pay on the 15th or the 20th, then you pay, let's suppose you pay on the 17th, then it lowers, you are one of the risks as far as the bank is concerned. It's either you pay early or you pay on the specific date, or you pay even slightly more. If they say pay 20 rand per month, rather pay 30 rand because you'll finish your debt earlier than what the bank was expecting. And it reduces the interest that you were supposed to pay, because for every debt, there is interest that has to be paid. And on top of the interest, there are fees and insurances. I was listening to the same shop that sends those WhatsApps to say you have been credited with this much and much. I happened to be in that shop yesterday. And this lady decided to take that, they said 3,000 rand. And when the lady came to explain to her what all this was about, I was like, no, you know what? If you pay in 6 months, then you're not going to be charged interest. And then if you pay in 12 months, it's interest. And then if you what? And then there are fees that you have to pay 50 rand. At the end of the day, I said to this lady, do you understand what this woman is saying? I said, no, I'm just interested. I didn't even listen to what she was saying. So they do it because they have to do it. But they don't do it in good faith. You end up not understanding or hearing or listening to what they are saying. And it's very important because now they said the fine prints, it's a problem, they must explain. Now the explanation is like quick, done. Take their card, go and get the clothes, and then that's it. And then you don't pay, you end up being a bad debt. Yes. Next slide. So that's the financial building blocks model. So you've got those that are, say, the ones that I've just talked about, to say pre-approved, and then you get crazy, and then they give you personal loans as well, get crazy again. Then you've got the bonds for the house. I hope some of you have got houses. And then you've got car finance as well. But the question is, Which one is necessary for you to take a risk and do that? Most of you, I know credit card is like, wow, heaven has come down on earth. And that is the worst debt that you can take. If you calculate the interest, if you happen to go and apply for a credit card, ask for how much interest am I going to pay, for how long. At the end of the day, calculate per annum how much that would be. You'll be shocked to find that you pay more than double the amount that you were credited with. Personal loans as well. That is another problem. You take a personal loan because you are a high risk, because the economy is not that good now. They will give you, irrespective of how much of a bad debt you are, end up paying 60% interest on the loan. And then calculate that 60%, you could have done something big with that rather than getting excited and taking the loan. Okay. The car finance, for some is a thorn in the flesh. Some people would say, I need the car. I don't think we all need cars. If your mom gets excited to say, I'm going to buy you a car on your 21st birthday, maybe say to her, the first 12 months installment, let's not buy it, let's defer it. But the installments that you are going to pay for the car, give it to me and save that money and see how much money you'll be saving with that. You might even be able to go and buy yourself a car without asking for a loan, with that money that your mom would, or your dad, sorry, my apologies to dads, and dads as well. Sometimes that's what we do as parents. I did that for the first time, but I've never done it again. I learned my lesson. A home, there is no better debt than taking a bond for a house. And it's not the question of how young you are. I think this is the best opportunity ever for you to look for property. That is the best investment ever, because always it appreciates. The value of the home appreciates all the way through. With the car, the minute you drive it out of the garage, the value goes down, it depreciates in value. If you can drive 10 kilometers and drive back to the garage, say, I made a mistake, I don't want the car. They will say, but you're still owing us money because the value of that car has depreciated. But with a house, that is one thing that I can advise you to, you'll never go wrong. And that can actually help you. You can even have a business out of that. Your first bond, because you'll buy your first bond, take advantage of those who are not, who love cars, and rent them out with their beautiful cars. They'll park in front of your car, and then you make money out of that. The next thing, within no time, you'll be buying your second property, then the third, then the fourth, and then it will be a business. When we talk about unemployment in South Africa, I always say, I don't know. Sometimes I don't agree with it. Some would be saying, I've got a degree, but I'm sitting at the corner of the street looking for work, for a job. But you've got brains, you've got eyes, you've got hands, you've got everything. Something can be done. So let's try to think. Like now, summer is coming. You know, at one point, I was driving with one lady coming from Germany in Pretoria. And we saw these ladies who are selling mealies on the corner, on the price stands. And she said, just stop for a second. And said, Maureen, can you see how big a business this is? And I'm like, yes. Said, why can't the government, in terms of creation of jobs, brand this kind of business, help the youth to brand, rather than a filthy, sorry for my language, but you find that the lady is so dirty, the apron is greasy, and she's breastfeeding the child, at the same time she's frying the mealies. But if you go there with your high heels, your weave, whether it's 200 rands or 20,000 rand, but you go there and dress appropriately and stand there. Do you know how many people will buy from you? And that will be a business that can actually employ a number of people. So I hope one person will just think about that. I'm not going to go and take the old Marines out of the business, but make use of that opportunity. There are those who started car washes, I remember, but I can't see those girls again, who used to dress to the T to go and wash cars. Imagine who will bring their cars there. Beautiful as they are. You start, then you employ, you supervise, you manage, and then you coordinate the business. You don't have to do it yourself. Train those who do not have the skills. And banks like African Bank, I guess, would definitely assist. The government says they've got the money to do that. You need the ideas. We are there to assist with the ideas to say, how can you go about? You don't need any money. You need 200 rands to go and buy millies and then start the business. But it's just an example. There are quite a number of them that can be done. So the same applies to say, go and buy a computer. You buy it at that 4,700 on credit, and that's an in thing, like a phone. You go and get an iPhone on credit for 36 months. At the end of the day, you realize that you've paid almost 60,000 for an iPhone that was 20,000. 40,000 you gave it to Apple in New York, not even in South Africa. So our country don't even benefit out of that. But I'm just saying that some of the things, let's think about it before you take credit on that. So what you do, multiply that, you get the total amount, and then at that 16.8 interest, calculate that and see how much. And if you save for 3 months, how much more money would you make or save and go and buy a cheaper one and then later get what you want? Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing. You can go to the next one. All right. So that's what I just explained. Say how you calculate your credit. You take the installment, multiply by the repayment, that is the repayment term, and you divide that by the purchase price. And that will give me exactly how much are you paying for that particular debt. Yes, you can go to. So the best thing in finances, I don't know how many of you know the finance people, the accountants or the chartered accountants who drives a Porsche. I bet there is none. Why? Because they will never want to part with a cent for somebody else. What they do, they believe in saving. They save, they invest, and they know that they are going to get their money back. So that is part of the building blocks for your finances. Saving and investment, cash savings, investment, risk and return, the time that you invest whatever you have got. And then you take the inflation into consideration. Yes, that. So the bonds, I don't know if everyone attend what the bonds are, and then they are the less risky. Like, what's that? Yeah, okay, just. So the returns as well. Sorry. Okay. So the cash market, sorry. Yes. You've got the cash market. On the other side is the risk. The other side is the time. Because with investments, there are those which are a high risk. The higher the return, the higher the risk. So property, as I said, is one of the things that you can do. Shares or equity, those who've got companies, if you decide to finance your business through taking your shares, offering people shares to buy, and become part of the ownership. It's something that you can still invest in without even going to work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2. All right, oh, guys. Remember I said to you guys earlier on, like you don't do what you just did, man. Like, if we are feeling a representation, I bui luena, inkanako, yaukhatata, vaolo shapaki moya. But you're disturbing other people who are watching and learning about investments. How can you clap before someone's done? Come on. If unyaga ushapaki moya, vaolo shapaki moya, utla khutla. But other people are learning. People are taking videos. People are being inspired. Don't ruin it for other people. Galkoop, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Tet. I will go to the next slide, sorry. Sorry, can you go to next? Okay. So here is just an explanation to say if you invest 1,000 rand for 10 years, that's the possibility that that's what you might get. If you stop after 10 years, 204,844, and then for 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, and 30 years. So it depends on your age to say, this is how old I am. Some of you don't even dream of becoming 40, but that's a reality. You are 21. When I was 23, I thought, 40, and then it was like the year 2000s are coming and all that. It's not going to happen. Believe me, when it came, it was life starting all over again. And it said, 50, it looks like very old. And then you get to 50, you realize that, it's only now that life starts. Then it goes to 60. I'm not giving away my age, but I'm just saying. And then at 60, you realize that, wow, life is so beautiful. I wish I could have saved 1,000 rand when I was 20 years. Today, I would be a millionaire. I thought it was not achievable. I regret. So don't regret like we do as older generation. Do what you think is right. It might look as little as it is, but later you are going to thank yourself for doing that. So inflation basically is as prices rise. Like 2019, the base baked beans, that would be the price you would buy for that particular price. You buy 5, but for instance, let's say bread. Let's take bread as an example. When I was growing up, a loaf of bread was 8 cents. And when my grandmother said, you know, at one point you're going to buy a loaf of bread for 20 rand, I was like, something is just not on with her. Today, how much is a loaf of bread? Yes. So that is inflation. Basically, that is the power of money against what has to be bought. That is basically that. When you most of the what do you call the trade unions, they keep on saying no. The government shouldn't try to fight inflation because that can be risen by people spending the money that they do not have, and that rises inflation as well. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So what you could buy in 2021, the groceries. In 2016, you could buy a whole trolley full, and then 2021 is not even full. It's like a quarter of what you used to buy. So you can imagine when you are our age, how much you'll be like another country that I can mention. You'll be walking with a briefcase full of money to go and buy bread. Okay. So there are short-term savings. You've got medium, longer financial goals. But as a person, as I said from the onset, my apologies if other people are far beyond that, but you start with what you have now. When I hope one of you, when he walks out of this room, when you go into your taxi, go back home, take note, I paid this much for the taxi. And then at the end of the month, you calculate all that costing that you did, all the costs that you incurred for that particular month. And you will be able to run your business. But if you can't manage your personal finances, forget it. You won't be able to make it in business. And hence, that is why most of the people, we stumble before we make it in business, and they tell you that, oh, well, this is how it is. And the other thing is, just to share an experience with you, our first contract that we were told that we've got a 20 million rand contract. We were excited by the 20 million, but we never sat down to say, how much is the equipment going to cost? How much is the labor going to cost? How much salary am I going to take out of this? How much diesel is the equipment going to need that? At the end of the day, we could only pay salaries and we were unable to pay the machines back. We were unable to pay SARS. We were unable to pay Department of Labor. So you end up in a mess. So whatever contract you get, analyze it first. Don't look at the final figure. Analyze and tell yourself, this is how much I want to see myself or I want to see my company. If it doesn't work, leave it. Don't take it because you're putting yourself in trouble. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Thank you so much. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Please can we put our hands together for our speaker, Maureen Mufokeng. I took a couple of pictures from that presentation, especially around the budget. Ay man, budget man. Because olalu ho tswa o ye monateng ka budget. Okay. Are we together? And then why itse hore budget ya hao e se chaile jwale. And e se le nako ya o ya hae akere. Mara 11:30. Utla, aike, budget, I sali your budget in Glaliona. That's why it's important as well when it comes to finances to surround yourself with people who can hold you accountable. So we learned about financing. All right, remember we still have an award-winning artist. Big surprise. You don't want to leave. There's still lunch. We still have a comedian. You also want to hear a story of an entrepreneur who was heavily involved in drugs. But today, he has recovered and he's a multi-millionaire running many businesses. So that's a story we're going to hear after lunch. You don't want to leave. This is going to help some of us. You may not be addicted to it, but you're addicted to something else. And it's in the way of you getting to the next level. Are we together? So our panel is here, but before I bring on our panel, please can everyone stand up? Because some of you have been sitting since 7, 8 o'clock. All right, so what I would like us to do, just to stretch, just to stretch our khutlisamadi, to bring back the blood, to stretch. I would like everyone to please face my left. Can we all turn and face my left? Face my left, everyone, please. All right, and I know some of you came with people sometimes you with someone that you don't know, etc., whatever. Some people are not comfortable with this. But if you are with your friends and you're sitting next to your friends, just what I would like you to do is, but first ask that person, I need you. You need to massage the person that's in front of you. Ne? More. If it's your friend, just ask. Don't do it if they're not comfortable. Massage the person that's in front of you. If you're not comfortable, luana I massage here. Just to stretch amount to stretch. Baba ngakithibi uyiqineneng yona. Just as simple. For about tshwaranyane fela. How would you be right to be youthful? Not too hard, easy. Can do the chopsticks, chop. All right, let's return the favor the other way, please. Other way. Yeah, other way. Ukwetse mahlo. Happy. How can you explain? All right, ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause to Chapelle Mato. We good? All right, so thank you, DJ. We have a panel discussion. After the panel discussion, there's a powerful story we're going to hear. Then we're going to have lunch. We together? Good. So, listen to this. I want to introduce our panel. All right, let me bring up our panel. Setting up your business for success. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege of introducing Caritas. Caritas? Yeah, okay. Can take a piece, all right, so this is, it's you. You know when you've seen someone on like Billboard, it's you, my brother. Bana. Kiena. Bana. Sure. So, this is a young entrepreneur from South Africa with over 7 years experience in building startups from ideas to fully fledged businesses, passionate about finding inclusive, sustainable solutions for emerging markets. Caritas is the founder and CEO of one of Africa's top tech startups, which is now his full-time focus. While still in pre-launch mode, Kula. Does that ring a bell? Kula. All right, you'll get it. Kula has been awarded as #1 business app in South Africa, #1 agricultural solutions in South Africa, and top 10 social enterprise in the world by Chivas and top startup in Johannesburg by Africa Arena. The brains behind this idea and this product is here. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together and show love for Caritas. He's with us in the building. Come on, first of us. Let's show some love. All right. Our next panelist is Mark Berman. Mark. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Mark has been in the property industry operating in the commercial arena since 1991. He put together a shopping center in Guguletu called Guguletu Square, and the building cost 320 million rand. Oh, akusofezi. He has set up a property management company using MDA and managed a property portfolio worth over R1 billion, with buildings from Cape Town to Magaliesburg. Over the 30 years that he's been in the industry, he's concluded 2,500 leases. He sold properties to the value of approximately 600 million. And he's built buildings worth billions. We're blessed and privileged to have him in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for Mark Berman. Come on, Fosters! All right, next up is Tato. Tato? Welcome, my brother. This is a seasoned entrepreneur with a track record that spans over a decade. So been in business for over 10 years. The cornerstone of his achievements, Rekisa e-commerce solutions, Upaisa, was conceptualized and founded by Tato. It offers SMMEs a streamlined and cost-effective solutions to establish, manage, and market their online shops. So for those of you who are in the online e-commerce space, this is your guy. In terms of the academic sphere, Tato is an esteemed faculty member of the Gordon Institute of Business Science, GIBS. It's important that I mention that because people think entrepreneurs don't go to school. We are just hustling in J. Yeah? Tato, yes, as I mentioned from GIBS, the Academy's mission resonating with Tato, which is to enrich entrepreneurs, equip them with skills for sustainable business expansion. He's with us in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Please let's put our hands together for Tato! Tarim Chapeling Matzo, Fosloras. All right, our last panelist is Bongani Luvuyo. This gentleman is a philanthropist, youth activist, and development practitioner. He's also the founder of Cool Dads Foundation. The foundation focuses on mobilizing and conscientizing young fathers to be active, available emotionally and physically in the lives of their children. That's Cool Dads. But also he's an entrepreneur owning companies that focus on property development, project management consultancy, and transportation. My brother, welcome. Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for Bongani Luvuyo. I've got a friend called Luvuyo. That's why I keep saying Luvuyo. Apologies. Ubongani Luvalo. Oh. Yeah. Thank you, my brother. All right. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Our hands together for our panelists, our panel. Okay, I'm just gathering. One feel the question. Because Baran Naki Abua and I got the lady question. So there's questions that All right. Do we have a mic? We've got a mic. Can we just check if it's working?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we got that one working. This one? 1, 2. Can we get this mic? 1, 2. Maybe if you say cooler, it will work. Ah, come on. Wait. 1, 2. Is it on? It's on. One, two. Testing mic. 1, 2. All right, this one is on. All right, gentlemen, welcome. Thank you so much for coming out. Your stories are very inspiring. But you know, there's so much more behind a bio. Briefly, I'll give you each a minute. We'll start with Caridas. Who are you? Where are you from? And why business? Out of all things, business.
Sanibonani. Ninjani. Igama lami uCaridasi. Kulele eNkangala, Pretoria side. Ekasi lami, when we greet each other, mangithi etahola, uthi woy woy. Etahola. Woy woy. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm the CEO and co-founder of a tech startup called Kula. We work with farmers across the country. We work with buyers, etc. I think what inspired me to go into business, I always say I'm an entrepreneur by circumstance. Like many of you, I didn't come from a flashy background. With my mother, and while growing up, she wasn't always able to provide certain things for me. So in as a Christmas, you know, little extras that other kids get, I couldn't get. The best she could do was provide shelter, provide ugudla, etc. So from an early age, I had to learn how to fend for myself. So I've done everything. I've sold imotos amatrata. I used to own a car wash when I was a kid. But growing up Ekasi, it doesn't have a name. It's not called entrepreneurship. You know, it gets called entrepreneurship at a later stage. But I grew up my whole life. But in my head, it was just a way of helping my mother to get other stuff for me, you know, in part as a Christmas, extra stuff. And I think when I got to varsity, I was fortunate to get onto the Alan Gray Orbis Foundation scholarship, like a prestigious scholarship where they pick the top learners in Southern Africa. And I think that was the first time they called it entrepreneurship, this whole thing that I'd been doing my whole life. And yeah, they helped to harness that. So I would say I'm an entrepreneur by circumstance, not by choice. I had to respond to my circumstance, and that helped get me to where I am today. Cool.
Sure. Over to you, Mark.
Over to me. How's it, guys? You doing good? Nice and warm in here today, right? Summer has arrived. Thank goodness. Okay, so a little bit about me. It's quite a story, actually, because believe it or not, I started off my entrepreneurial career as a DJ. A DJ. Parties at the age of 13. There, my turntable and the speakers. I was charging 150 Rand for one night. And I was partying with the people. It was so cool. I met a lot of people. But one of the first things that I learned in being a DJ is you've always got to, because you're famous, you know, everybody knows you in the community, is you've got to spend less money that you make. Because if you're spending more money than you make, you're in trouble before you start. So that was my first lesson, because you can get into trouble real quick. But from that point, I then went into the clothing industry. I worked my way up in a business, and I started a little company called Frog International. And there we did jeans and T-shirts and sportswear, and it was great fun. But you know, one thing about entrepreneurship you need to understand is that you're always at risk. Something can go wrong, and the risk is yours. You're responsible. It's your baby. You started, you're going to finish it. And we got into a situation in the country with strikes in the clothing industry, and unfortunately, I lost my business. I landed up with nothing. I actually moved from Johannesburg to Cape Town, and I worked at Milky Lane. I was giving people ice creams at Milky Lane. But I wasn't going to give up. I went, there's got to be a way. There's something that I must be able to do. So one day, I saw an advert in the newspaper for a business broker for Camden's, which is a real estate agency. And I took a chance, and they took a chance, and I got the job. So now, it was easy for them. They never paid me a salary. I worked for nothing. But if I closed the deal, I made 50% of the commission. They would give me the business cards. They gave me whatever I needed, a desk, etc. And in those days, no mobile phones, guys. We weren't worried about data. There was none. So how did I start? I was a business broker. I had no network. I didn't know anybody that was selling a business. So now, what do you think I did? Difficult, eh? But this is how you have to start. This is start. I walked out the front door of the building, turned to the left, walked into the first shop, walked up to the person and said, "Hi, my name's Mark, and I'm a business broker. Is your business for sale?" And I did that every single day for 3 weeks. I did not stop. Every single day, walked into takeaways, walked into bottle stores, walked into whatever. Eventually, somebody said to me, yes, their business is for sale. This was very exciting for me because I thought I could go buy a car, a Lamborghini. But had I sold the business yet? No, I just got a mandate to sell a business. Now, how did I sell my first business? Who am I going to sell it to? I went back to the first person that I saw on that first day, and I went, "Hi, remember me? My name's Mark. Are you interested in buying a business?" And you know that after a week and a half, I walked into a little fish and chip shop, and I asked the guy behind the counter, "Are you interested in buying a business?" You know what he said? He said, "Yes, I want to buy a business." And that's how I sold my first business. So that's what it's about, guys. It's about getting up every day and persisting and pushing and making your goal a reality by working hard at it and never, ever giving up. Because believe me, after the first 5 days, I was ready to stop. But I went, no, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to do this. So that springboarded me into getting a job, and I'm not going to go through the whole story, with Broll Property Group. And from Broll, I then got a job working in a company and a shareholding in a small company called Keystone Investments. And there I did the leasing in the company, and we developed buildings, and the rest is history. But it all started with no money, just the will to be successful. That's my story.
Dumelang, sanbonan. Thank you for having me, Moko Fosloras, Silvitsolaka Kitato, Garekwe. Originally from Dobsonville, Soweto, but I think I'm the child of Gauteng, so this is also home. So thank you for having us. My story, fairly short, but it's a story nonetheless. I matriculated in 2006 in the West Rand, Koskolong Basbitang Florida Park High School. And I went to a small college after matric, and I was studying business administration. Wasn't really clear as to what I wanted to do at that time. 6 months into my college studying, I got a job at a retail shop, where I was selling clothes, so and I had a good time. I was making some money in there, and I spent 5 years in that business because they were teaching us a lot of things. They were teaching us how to work with people, teaching us how to deal with customers, teaching us how to manage our own team and how to manage your own shop. And in 2012, I got the confidence, to start my own business with a very good friend of mine. And we were working with varsity students, where we were offering them promotions jobs, where they could work at events such as this one, and they could help people to go to their seats, or they could promote various products at shopping centers or at campuses. And that's when we started our first business, which is called Tribe Activations, and it still runs to this day. And I was the managing director of that business for 7 years until the end of 2019, where I was learning all about technology, and how much technology is helping people overseas. And that's when my eyes just lit up. And I was like, you know what? I need to teach myself this world of tech. Because whatever's happening overseas, it's going to happen here in South Africa, it's going to happen in Africa. And then in 2020, that's when I started what is now Ekasi. And in Ekasi, we started a software that helps people to start their business, you know, because when you create a website and you're selling products on that website, you're basically running a business. The difference is that you didn't have to spend a lot of money on rent or, like, you know, creating a big billboard or advertising on TV. You do everything online. And that's when I told myself that I was going to invest my time, my resources, my energy in helping other business owners to sell online. And that's what Ekasi does, really. We help you to set up your shop and to market everything online. And every day, we're really just helping people to sell and market their businesses